In this video, we are going to see the topic for the differential calculus. Under that, what is polar curves? And then we are going to see about polar coordinates. And also we are going to see one theorem, which is angle between the radius vector and tangent. So first thing we will see for what is polar coordinates. So you can consider a point of P, okay, in the point of P in LOP plane, right? So join the point from the from origin O and P, right? You are going to join this line of OP, and let R is nothing but the length of the line segment. Here R is nothing but length of the line segment of this OP, and the theta which made angle from your OP and the OL the anti-clockwise, okay. And then what is there in r comma theta, we used to call it as an polar coordinates of the point of P. So in the point of P, which will be r comma theta, which is called as an polar coordinates. That can be write like P is equal to r comma theta or P of r comma theta. You can write it anyway, okay. So in particular, you can take it r is called as an radial distance. So the r will be considered as an radial distance and theta is called as an polar angle. So it can be called it as an will be having your radius vector, okay. So either the radial distance or the radius vector we can able to call. So O is nothing but as an pole and OL is nothing but your initial line, okay. So this is for under the introduction of your polar coordinates. So you can come to in the curve of polar curves. So you can see that let x comma y and r comma theta respectively represent the Cartesian and polar coordinates of any point of P. So in that graph it is mentioned P of x comma y, it is in Cartesian form, and then P of r comma theta is in the polar form, right? So you can in the plane which you have in the origin, from the origin OP, from OP, it's from the previous slide what is r is nothing but your radius vector and theta is nothing but your angle which will made from the x-axis to the with the radius vector. It is for anti-clockwise, so it is for the polar angle, okay. So what is that? From this figure what I can write it OX, right? This the distance of this OX is nothing but, it is nothing but as a point of x because you have written P of x comma y. And what is that PQ? It is nothing but it is y, okay. So what I'm going to do that now you can take it a right angle triangle or of your OQP. So what will happen in this? I can able to write it my cos theta. So what is your cos theta? You can see the graph. Cos theta is equal to what is that? OQ by OP. So OQ is nothing but your x, isn't it? And then OP is nothing but your R. So cos theta is equal to x by r. What is your x? X is nothing but r cos theta. And then similarly I can able to write what is your sin theta. Sin theta is qp by op, which is equal to y by r, where y is equal to r sin theta. So now what is that? These two expression is called as an Cartesian coordinates is expressed in terms of your polar coordinates. Now what I'm going to do that I'm going to express the polar coordinates in terms of a Cartesian. For that I'm going to use these two equation, squaring and adding these two. So what will have the left and right side separately are supposed to square and added x squared plus y squared equal to r squared of what is that? R squared cos squared theta plus r squared sin squared theta. So in that you can take out a common of r squared. You will be having cos squared theta plus sin squared theta equal to r squared. From this what is your r? R is nothing but square root of x squared plus y squared. By dividing these two equations I can get my theta. See here r is expressed in terms of x and y. Similar way I can able to express theta in terms of x and y. For that purpose I am taking these two equations of x and y. What is that? I am going to divide. Y by x is equal to what will happen? R sin theta by r cos theta. So in this r will get cancelled. Sin by cos will be tan, right? So tan theta is equal to y by x. So what is your theta? It is nothing but tan inverse of y by x. So these two relations r and theta, it can be, you can able to tell what is that in terms of a Cartesian coordinates is expressed in polar form, right? So r and theta is expressed in terms of your Cartesian forms. So now you can go to the theorem, which is angle between the radius vector and tangent. So in the meaning of the theorem, first thing you are going to find the angle. What is that? Between of a radius vector and tangent. So what is a radius vector? It is nothing but this OP will be a radius vector. So tangent, what I'm going to do that, I'm going to draw the slope or tangent for their polar curves, which is r is equal to f of theta. So you can draw that. Then you can make it which the angle made from the radius vector and tangent will be considered as an phi. That means that in this theorem we are going to get an expression of phi is equal to in terms of your other variables, right? So that is what we are going to see in this theorem. So first you can see the graph. What is that? I'm taking in XOY plane. Okay. In the XOY plane, I'm going to draw the curve which is r is equal to f of theta. Right. And then the point which will made from the origin of pole or O to be extend till to that curve, which that point I'm considering as an P. It is r comma theta and as well as x comma y. And then you can draw the slope, right? Slope from the curve which will extend to the x-axis where the intersecting point I can consider it is an L. And then the angle which you made from the positive direction of this XLP I can consider, I'm going to consider as an psi, right? And also what is that? The angle which you made from the radius vector and tangent I'm considered as a phi. That is what the graph has explained it. Okay. So now what I'm going to express, I can write it psi is equal to theta plus phi. So how it is in the geometrical theorem which we learned already in school. What is that? The exterior angle should be equal to the sum of the like opposite angles, right? Interior sum of the opposite angles. That is what I have got it. Psi is equal to phi plus theta. So exterior angle is phi, interior opposite angle theta plus phi. So sum of that has been written, psi is equal to phi plus theta. I am going to take a tan on both the side. I'll get tan psi is equal to tan of phi plus theta. In the left side, in the right side, tan of a plus b expression, I'm going to write it tan a tan b, tan a plus tan b by 1 minus tan a tan b. What is that? Tan phi plus tan theta by 1 minus of tan phi into tan theta. This I'm considering equation number 1. So now you can see the Cartesian of x comma y in the point of P, we can express in terms of a polar form, which is x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. So now what I'm going to do that, I'm going to express in terms of a geometrical meaning of a derivative. So what is that? In the geometrical meaning of derivative of tan psi, which is nothing but slope of the tangent of your PL. That's what written. So the derivative is nothing but dy by dx. So tan psi is equal to dy by dx, which is equal to slope of the tangent PL. But actually y and x is expressed in terms of your theta. For that purpose, I'm going to write dy will be dy by d theta and divided by dx by d theta. Since x and y are the function of theta. Now what will happen? You can write it d by d theta of what is your y? R sin theta. And d by d theta of what is your x is nothing but r cos theta. Now differentiate this with respect to theta. So theta is your independent variable, r is your dependent variable, isn't it? So what will happen? Product rule you're supposed to use. So r into sin theta differentiation will be cos theta plus sin theta into r differentiation will be r dash. R dash is nothing but dr by d theta. And the denominator also you can see r into cos theta, it's also be in the product rule. So r into cos theta will be minus sin theta plus cos theta into r will be your r dash. Okay. So now what I'm going to do that, I'm going to compare with the tangent of in equation number 1. For that purpose, I should have in the standard format at least in tan A plus tan B by 1 minus of tan A tan B. So as per that denominator, you can see I have r dash cos theta here minus r sin theta. So it's you can divide by r dash cos theta, it will become 1 here. I'll get 1 minus format. So for that reason, both numerator and denominator, I'm going to divide by r dash cos theta. So what will happen? Tan psi is equal to r cos theta by r dash cos theta plus r dash sin theta by r dash cos theta, and they divided by minus r sin theta by r dash cos theta plus r dash cos theta by r dash cos theta. So what will happen? This will go 1 and this sin by cos will be a tan, and here cos theta and cos theta will get cancelled. I'll get r by r dash, and here also r dash will get cancelled. Sin by cos will be tan. This I am going to mark equation number 2. So as per equation number 1, I am going to write it here. So what is that? Tan psi is equal to, I have it is tan phi then plus tan theta, and the denominator I have, what is that? 1 minus tan phi into tan theta. This is my equation number 1 from the psi is equal to theta plus phi we have written no, from that. So you can compare these two equations. Tan theta remains same, but only instead of tan phi I have r by r dash. So since the left side is equal, I can compare to the right side from equation number 1 and 2. Tan phi is equal to r by r dash, which is equal to r by dr by d theta. So what is that? You can write it r into d theta by dr. So this is the relations which will have the expression in terms of phi. Can able to find out easily using this relations or result angle between your radius vector and tangent. So it is equivalently we can able to write in the form 1 by tan phi is equal to 1 by r dr by d theta. That means taken a reciprocal of this equation. So 1 by tan is nothing but cot phi. Then 1 by r into dr by d theta. So either you can use tan phi or cot phi also. So this is the theorem of your angle between and radius vector. Okay. That's all. Thank you.